Hi friends, it's Daira. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm doing a color transformation. Now this is my client and friend whose hair I've done. It's been about a year now since we did color and highlights. So I'm just going through and redoing her whole hair, but it is a color correction because as you can see, she has grown in roots, which are her natural color, but then she also has gray that she wants to cover, and then we're going to put highlights in it. We're only doing a partial, meaning that I'm doing the top and the sides of it, because once that hair comes down, when it's done, you won't really, it'll look like she has color throughout her hair. So the first thing that I am going to do is apply the foils. Now, as I said before, she does have new roots, and then she has the color at the ends. Now, before we began, we did have a long discussion about the condition of the hair and her future plans for it. She has used a relaxer before, and she's kind of growing out of that to go natural. Finally, I've been trying to convince her to just let it go, and she's finally comfortable with doing that. So with that being said, we know that we're going to cut quite a bit of her ends today. So when I am applying this lightener, I am using a 10 volume because I believe in low and slow, meaning you use a low volume developer and then just let it sit for longer. It does work just the same as you were using a high volume. However, it is not as harsh on the hair. So I'm using a low developer mixed in with the lightener, and I am using, you know what, I don't remember. I think it was either the Joico or the Blonde Solutions lightener, but I will check and make sure I leave that down in the description. So I'm using that, and I am going through all the way to the ends. For one, her ends has color on it. It has permanent color, so I know that has to fight through it a little bit, and her roots are virgin, so those are going to lift fast. And I know her hair, so I know how her hair is going to take it, which is another reason why it is important for you to make sure that you get the same person to color your hair once you find somebody you love, because we know what your hair can stand and what it can't stand, so that you can get the look that you want without with just minimal damage to your hair, because you know color does damage the hair a little bit, but you just want to make sure that it's done as safely as possible. So as you can see here, I am applying the foils to the side, and she just naturally has lower density on the bottom part of the front of her hair. So those foils that I apply there, I make sure to take thin slices and just take a little bit of the hair in the foils, because since there's not a lot of hair strands right there, I don't want to take big groups of hair and then have it look almost solid blonde or solid highlight color there, whatever, you know, whatever color that you use for your client. When they have low density, you want to take smaller amounts of hair in those areas. And then on the top, she has a larger density at the top, so as I go up, I am taking larger amounts of hair so that the highlights are more visible. And as you can see, I am going on a slant, and the reason why I'm doing that is so that they can fall less harshly. So you'll see the highlights, but you won't see them like what's the word I'm looking for? They won't be so harsh. Okay, so Once I have all my foils in, as you can see, I'm going through and now I'm applying the color to lift her natural base and then cover the gray as well. So I'm just going through in between the foils and I am applying that color, and then I'll let it all process, and once everything is ready, I will shampoo and treat her hair, because like I said, although color damages, well, I'm not going to say damage, the correct word is not damage, but color does alter the hair. So because of that process, you want to make sure you bring the hair back to its proper pH. You want to make sure that the hair is strengthened and conditioned and back to feeling nice and soft and in a healthier state. So as you can see here, I'm going through and I'm applying the toner. We got a pretty nice even lift, as you can see, with the new growth in the ends. They kind of lift it evenly. Well, it's not 100% even, but it's close enough that you can see that it looks like it's all one solid color. So I'm just toning her with one formula for the highlights, which I'll leave that down in the description as well. And then what I didn't show on here was that I did a root tap at the sink. And what a root tap is just basically applying the color of the base at the root just to blend in any harsh lines from the highlights, and just making everything look seamless and lived in a little bit more. So I did use the Pureology Color Fanatic. That is a leave-in conditioner that's great after color. It just adds nutrients into the hair and it does protect against the heat. However, I'm using my own brand heat protectant, which is called the Protect Me Serum. Just apply a small amount of that before I blow dry her hair, and then we're going to trim it and curl it. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got her hair nice and curled. I did apply my Love and Health Shine Spray and a little bit of the Sebastian Shaper Spray. And this is what we have. I'm combing it through just a little bit just to loosen those curls, since she is going to be doing a little bit of running around. I am combing it through. A lot of times I like to just pin curl it or just leave it so that the client can wrap it when they get home, because sometimes they're going straight home and ask me to leave it. But this is the look: copper highlights with the brown base color. Yeah, guys, I'll leave all the information in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video.